Ever wonder if some TV couples are destined to be together? Or if the writers are just stringing you along? It's a question fans of Will Trent um, are asking. Season 4 approaches while other shows are rushing back to air. ABC is holding on to two of its biggest hits, The Rookie and Will Trent, until January. Uh, this isn't unusual for the network, as they've previously used winter premieres to boost ratings. But for Will Trent, the delay feels different. It's not necessarily a sign of a bad season, but it does hint at a shift in focus. And by the end of season 3, Angie revealed she was pregnant with Seth's baby. And after this complicates things, to say the least, and the lack of confirmation about Scott Foley's return is definitely concerning for fans hoping to see Seth play a bigger role. However, the biggest indication that Will and Angie's story is heading in a new direction comes from the producers themselves. They've teased the return of 2 characters from Will's past. Both admire Will, but they also have a knack for getting into trouble. And these new additions signal that Will Trent is prioritizing Will's individual journey, moving beyond his connection with Angie. Season 3 attempted this with Marion, but her role still revolved around romance. This time, it could be different. And after the events of the season 2 finale, Will and Angie's relationship has been strained. How much of itself without similar. They've remained each other's support system, even while dating others. But in season 4, that needs to change. Their bond is strong, but it's also rooted in trauma. And it's unclear if ABC plans to reunite them romantically. And in the novels, Will ends up with Sarah Linton, a character yet to appear on screen. If the show deviates from the source material, it's crucial that Will and Angie address their individual issues before even considering a reconciliation. They need space to grow separately before they can truly be together. It's a tricky situation, but maybe a little distance is exactly what they need. After all, sometimes you have to lose yourself to find yourself, and maybe, just maybe, find your way back to each other. And speaking of finding things, do you know why Will Trent is so good at finding clues? Because he has a knack for deduction. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.